In this video tutorial, I'm going to be showing you a really cool scroll effect, or at least I think it's pretty cool. And it's made out of 4 different squares, and as you scroll the website, the squares kind of break apart, and another square appears below it, and it breaks apart as well. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. I have it right over here. This is it right here, and shameless plug, this is our new social, it's called our PopArt social media icon pack, and I used it for these demonstration purposes. I'll tell you more about it after the video. It will be available if you're interested, but for this video I used it, and I used the colors for it just to create an interesting effect and an interesting visual effect. So this is what the effect looks like. As we scroll down the page, you can see the squares break apart. And if you keep scrolling, the squares break apart again, and you keep scrolling, and the squares break apart. And then I have some squares coming together, and we have this cool little effect there, and bam. And we have the PopArt social media icon set. All right, so if we do that again, we can scroll up, and the squares come back together. So it's a pretty cool effect, and I'll show you the Adobe Muse file. It's right here. This is what it looks like. So basically I'll just start, I'll just create this from scratch. So just to show you how I did it, should only take a couple minutes, but I'll go to File, New Site, click OK, and I'll click here on the home page. And basically what I want to do is create a few squares, or let me just see how big I made the squares over here. So these are 580 by 500. Okay, so they're 500 in height, and okay, and there we go. Now, just as a disclaimer, you might want to make these squares a little bit smaller. I'm on an iMac 27-inch, that's why I can see the whole site. But you probably want to design for, let's say, a 15-inch, and you'll probably want to make these squares at least half the size, so that if somebody is seeing the effect, if I go back here, that they can see the whole square on their screen. Okay, so for these purposes, I'm just going to do exactly what I did in the first one, and I'm going to take the border off. So what I did is I created the squares, or the rectangles. It's 580 by 500, 580 by 500, and I'm just going to copy and paste and just kind of line them up. Let me make these a solid color. Okay, and I can delete these, copy and paste. There we go, copy and paste. There we go, copy and paste. There we go. All right, so I have 4 rectangles here. And if I preview in my browser, you see it just looks like one solid block. I preview by hitting Command-Shift-E, and we can see that this is one solid block. Okay, so now to get it to break apart, that is the interesting part. So what we do is we click the first square right over here, and we go over here and we click on Scroll Effects in our panel right here to the right. Click on Scroll Effects, and we want to turn on motion. So I turned on motion, and what I want this rectangle to do is to kind of go to the upper left and kind of fade out that way, like scroll like up that way. So like if I show you in this one, like we want this square, yeah, kind of, you see this yellow one here, to go up that way. So we go here, and basically for scroll motion, we want it to go up and to the left, and the final motion as well, up and to the left. So here we have the arrow pointing up, and we have the arrow going to the left, and we're gonna set it to 1, and final motion 1 1. We want it to keep scrolling, but kind of going that way. And for the top, I think we're going to do -36. I believe that's what that is. Yep. Okay. So we wanted to start immediately. So we set the scroll position right at the top here, and it'll make sense in a second. So I'm gonna hit Command Shift E, preview this in the browser. We don't have any scroll space, so let me zoom out and give us a little more, because we need some scrolling space. So I'm just gonna grab this little handle right here and bring it down. And if I hit Command Shift E, okay, there we go. So now you can see that this one is going up and to the left. Okay, now for this one, we want it to go up and to the right. So we go up, right, and up here, up, right. This one is already set, so we just give it a scroll speed of 1, which is the average scroll speed, or the normal scroll speed, and we set it to -36. Okay, and preview in the browser, and there we go, we have that effect going. It's kind of fading out. These two, I'm gonna make them different color just so you can see the effect better. And like that, and like that. Okay. So you can see the orange and the blue are fading. This one's fading up and to the left, and the blue is fading up and to the right. Okay, now we want this one to go down and to the left. So I set the motion here in scroll effects, and we say down and to the left. And again, scroll speed of 1. Down and to the left, and 1. And for this one, and then we also want this to start at the top of the browser, so we just put the scroll position to the top of the browser. And then for the green, we click on the green here, we set the motion, we want this to go down and to the right, down and to the right, 1, 1. Now if I hit Command Shift E, okay, so we have to set, so you kind of see what happens if you don't set the that key position to hit the top of the browser. It kind of does something funny here. And you can check out my other videos to learn more about key position, but I'll just keep it moving for now. And you can ask me questions in the comments if you need some help with it. All right, so I set the key position to the top of the browser, or to the top right here. And yep, so that should do it. And now if we do that, we have a nice square with different colors that breaks apart. Yeah, kind of said that weird. All right, so now all I'm gonna do is copy this and paste it right underneath here. And I think that's all we have to do for that. No. Yes, for some reason when you copy and paste, it loses its, wait a second. Okay, so let's see what's going on, why that's not working. Oh, I see, yeah. So, let me see, and let me just check here, kind of what I did here. Oh, I see, okay. Okay. Right, so I see what I did. Okay, so for these ones down here, we don't set an initial motion, we just set a final motion. Because we don't want it to move right away, we want it to move when it gets to this part. So all the key positions are set to like right in this area, right over here. So when it hits this area, it's going to kick into the final motion, and it's going to run the final motion. So all I have to do is set the initial motion to 0, set the initial motion to 0, initial motion to 0, and initial motion to 0. So now if I hit Command Shift E, okay, so it does work. The only thing we have to do is bring these to the front. So I highlighted all of these and right click on arrange and bring to front. Hopefully that didn't mess up the motion. No, okay, wait, let me see. Let me try sending these to the back. Arrange, send to back. Okay. Let's try it this way. Arrange, bring to front. Oh wait. Okay, sorry, it is working. It's just an optical illusion because they're the same color. Excuse me. So let me just change the colors here, and hopefully you're following along. I know this can be kind of a little bit daunting at first, but yeah, let's see now. Okay, And now let's try sending or bringing this to the front. Hopefully it should work. Yep, perfect. So I brought these 4 squares to the front and these stayed in the back. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the effect. Actually, no, there's still a little bit more that I can show you, but so what I'm going to do now is bring in my social media icon pack. If you do decide to get the pack, you get 32 by 32, 128 by 128. You get a Illustrator file, PNG, preview, and PDF. And you also get a SVG vector file with it that lets you use the icons in SVG. Okay, so I'm going to bring this Behance one right in here, and I'm just going to grab the colors. So I'm going to do, let's see, fill. So I'm going to go click on this rectangle here, this first one, go to fill, nope, not add image, color. Click here and just highlight this yellow here. Then I'm going to click on this blue, go to fill, highlight, click on this red. Then I'm going to click on this brown one here, go to fill, click on this and click on this blue right here. And then select this green one, go to fill and select, and then click on this little dark blue right in here. All right, so there are our colors, and I want to change this one as well. So I'm just going to pick the eyedropper tool and just kind of randomly select colors for these next ones. And this one, let's do this red here. So I'm just grabbing the colors from the icons just to give it that, you know, interesting feel. And right here, and then I'm gonna grab this one, oops, and yellow. Okay, so that's that. And then if I want to keep repeating this effect over and over, I just copy. So all I did was, you know, select these 4 here at the bottom, copy and paste, and just place it right underneath the other one. And I'm going to zoom out. And again, I'm going to vary the colors here just to get that interesting effect. So let's make this one red. Let's make this one dark blue. And let's make this one eyedropper tool, yellow. And let's make this one light blue. All right, so there we go. So now if we preview in the browser, we have this cool effect, and we just have to send these to the back. So I'll send arrange. I'll send this one to the back first. Arrange, oops. Yeah, I have to just send this one, send to back. That should do it. Yep. So we got this one, and this one. So we need a little more scroll space. So I'll just add some scroll space here. And voila. Okay, so we have those rectangles breaking apart. Okay, so hopefully you've been following along and it all makes sense. If it doesn't, just ask me a question in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. So now all I'm going to do is fill in these rectangles. So I'm just going to go to fill, add image, and then I just pick my icons that I want, and then I leave them at the original size and just center them, the position, put them in center. Go to the next one, fill, add image, next one, fill, add image, next one, center it, fill, add image, Google Plus, center it, go to this one, fill, add image, Instagram, center it, fill, add image, LinkedIn, center it, fill, add image, Pinterest, center it, fill, add image, Tumblr, center it, fill, add image, Twitter, yep, center it, oops, center it, fill, add image, Vimeo, center that, fill, add image, WordPress, center that, fill, add image, and YouTube. So there's our 12 icons. Now if we preview this in the browser, we can see our cool effect there. Now there was one more effect in this one, this bottom piece here, and this, yep, okay. So this one is a bit more involved, but we'll go ahead and get started with it. So we're gonna copy, I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this one and paste it, and I'm gonna shrink it probably down to half the size. So half the size would be, I think, 500 in height. Let me zoom in. Okay, so we have that, and I'm just gonna place it like right there. Okay, and let's see. Okay. Oops. I think I just have to change the key position. Sorry, to hit the top here. Oh, I think that's it. Yep. Okay. So for this one, if I go back to this and just so I can review what I did, down to the right, down. Okay. So I just kind of reversed it on these so that they come in instead of going out. So instead of up and out, I said down and in. So instead of up and to the right, I said down and to the right. This one, instead of down and to the right, I said up and to the left and to the right. And this one I said up and coming in from the right. So let's see if we got that right. No. Okay. Let's just take a look, and down to the right, initial motion, initial motion, initial motion. Okay, I see. So we just, it doesn't have a final motion, so we just set the final motion to 0, and I think that should do it. Okay, and still, oh, now they're all set to 0. Okay, set the motion here to 1, 1. We're setting the initial motion to 1. Yep, there it is. And we just have to change a few things around. So we coming up from the right. Ah, okay. Up and to the left. So this should go down and to the right, down and to the left, up and to the right, and up and to the left. There we go. All right. So all I did was I set an initial motion. I didn't set a final motion to 1. Okay. And again, you can review some of my earlier videos just to get a good grasp on key position. But if you just want to kind of check out this video and kind of do the things I did and learn as you go, that'll probably be a good idea as well. All right, so we have that. That's all set. Now, there was an interesting effect in this one. If we preview the original, where you scroll down, and we have these blocks right here. That's because this is comprised of actually 3 sets of squares, and I'll explain that in a second. So if I highlight, if I grab these first 4 here, I just grab by hitting Shift and selecting them all. You can see we have an empty, just a couple of white boxes here, and those are set at a different scroll speed, and so I'll go ahead and kind of show you what I did. So we're just going to copy this and just make the fill white, and the image, we're going to take out all the images. So if you saw what I did there, I just highlighted them, fill, set it to white, and then it had the image, and I just trashed it with the trash can here. it clears the background image. So now these are pretty much set to do, let me see, if I go here to home, let's see how I set this up. Down and to the right, down and to the left, up and to the right, up and to the left. Okay, so I believe I have these coming in, like coming in together rather than breaking apart. These come in together. So let's make them come in together. So this one's down and to the right, this one's down and to the left, up and to the right, and up and to the left. Is that how we did this one? Yep. Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. And so I'm going to send this to the back. So arrange, send to back. And we're just going to place it right over this one. And we're going to do one more thing. So if we move these rectangles here, then we have these empty ones right here. And these are at a slower speed as well. All right, so basically, I'm going to copy this. Okay. Oh, one thing I forgot to do with the white one, I'm just going to undo, is set the scroll speed to 3. And this is going to give us that interesting effect where it gives like a border to the other one. All right, so we set it to 3. All right, and we just place it behind there, scroll speed of 3. Now I'm going to copy this. Okay, and we're going to just take out the images inside. Okay, and we can switch the colors around too, just to give it a more interesting effect. See, red, yellow, light blue, and dark blue. Okay. Now for this one, all we're doing is changing the speed to 5. The scroll motion speed to 5. Okay, 5 and 5. Okay, and again, let's send it to the back. Arrange, send to back, and place it right here over this, and preview. And I think we're gonna get the desired effect. We do. Okay, right there, you see that border. What's essentially happening is, yeah, actually these all have the same. These all have the same direction. They're all coming together, like this, 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 and right behind here, these white boxes are creating the illusion like that it's a border, but it's actually just white boxes here, covering these color boxes. And they all have, so this one's coming in down and to the right, down and to the left, up and to the right, up and to the left, and the same for these. The only difference is that the white ones are scrolling at a speed of 3, and these color ones are scrolling at a speed of 5. So they're slower. So these are coming in together faster, and these are kind of coming in together slower. And you can create a really cool 3D effect with this idea, and I might get into another video where you can do that. But for now, we just get this interesting coming together, and bam. So let me just delete this Behance icon right over here, because you can see it's right over here. And so I'm going to scroll, 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 and bam. And then the last thing we need to do is add that interesting, PopArt social media icon set, which I had in the original. So I'm just going to create a text. I highlight the text over here. And I use Lobster, so it's a web font, and I'm just gonna say PopArt social media icon set, and I'm gonna make it 72 and center it, and actually let's make it a little bit smaller. Let's make it like 48. Yep. And we can change the color. I'm just going to highlight it and pick red. And basically, yeah, let's center it. So I'm going to bring these in, center it right. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to give it a scroll effect, or yeah, just line it up here so that it ends up stopping with this one as well, because these all are stopping right below these squares. So I set it there, and final motion just set to 0, initial motion set to 1, and and this to 0, we don't want it to scroll horizontally or vertically. Set it to 0, and actually I'm going to move it down just a little bit, maybe right there, that looks good, and set the position, key position right up there. So now if I hit preview, Command Shift E, I can scroll, comes together, and bam, PopArt social media icon set. Alright, so hopefully you were that was easy enough to follow along with. Yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments section. It's a very cool effect. You can do a lot of interesting things with this, and I think I might have gone too long with this video, but it's a cool video, it's a cool effect. You can see like this, and very cool. So yeah, these icons are available. They're available on Etsy, and they're available on our blog. So you get, I'll let you know what you get with them. You get all these icons. You get Behance, Etsy, Facebook, Google+, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Tumblr, Twitter, Vimeo, WordPress, and YouTube. And again, the AI file, so you can change the colors even if you want. And there's a PDF, so you can open it in Photoshop. And there's going to be an SVG. There should be an SVG here. I'm not sure where that went, but you can use it as an SVG in your websites or whatever projects. They're 100% vector, so you can make them as big as you want or as small as you want, and you won't lose the quality. So I'll put a link to that right below the video. And thanks again for watching. Again, I know that was a lot of information, and we kind of went through a lot. Just let me know, if you want me to clear anything up, and I'd be happy to do so. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.